Okay, people, I am going to do an unboxing review of this model, 1/12 scale Revell Foose Z28 69. There's been other reviews done of it. The only reason I'm doing this one is because my brother asked me to do it. So, before we get to that, I'm going to give people a chance to save some money by not buying shit products from eBay. Okay, first airbrush is a cheap, and I do mean cheap, comes with a can of air, plastic airbrush, and the usual stuff that comes with it. For the price, it was okay. It was like $7 and free shipping, so no big deal really. I got it, tried it out, and for $7 it worked pretty decent. So not too bad so far. But then I got the idea, since the canned air didn't last very long, that I would just go ahead and get a better airbrush. So I spent $40 plus shipping on this nonsense. Now, at first glance, it looks pretty decent. All metal, gravity feed, comes with a nice braided hose, a quick disconnect, which is part of it there. The other part is still in the airbrush. It has a nice feel to it, nice heft, feels good in your hand and everything. And my camera is extremely cheap. It cost $18, so anyway. And it comes with 3 needles, 3 tips. The problem is, it is a big pile of shit. The 2 smaller ones, the .2 and the .3, basically work, and by basically I mean, yes, paint does come out the end of it. However, that's where it ends. The .5 needle, which is the one that I needed to paint models with, does not work at all. Air comes out the end, and you get just a tiny bit of paint, which is not really even atomized. So anyhow, it's a big piece of shit, so don't buy it. The name of it is Aerograph. After I got it and drove myself crazy for, probably about a month, trying everything I could think of to get this piece of shit to work, I decided to go back on eBay, and I read some, or not on eBay, on the internet, and read some reviews, which I probably should have done first, but anyway. Buying one of these Aerograph airbrushes is basically a lottery. You get about a 50-50 chance that either it's going to work or it's going to be shit. So, I had a 120, I think it was 125th Corvette Pro Street. This is the car there. And I will show you why I have a spare body for it. And that spot there is why I am redoing it. This is the one I was going to redo. It is a absolutely gorgeous, kind of a purplish pink with just a ton of pearl. The problem is there is what looks like orange peel. It's not actually orange peel, but that's what it looks like. So anyhow, I am basically shit-canning this. I'm going to have to sand it all down and start over. I have those airbrushes to thank for that crap. So anyway, turn on this light. So take my word for it. Do not buy the Aerograph unless you have a habit of spending money for shit products that don't work. And if so, then enjoy. This really has not been a good time. This model I was a bit disappointed with, because basically it's the same model that you get from Revell, AMT, or whatever in the 1/24th, and the only real difference is the size. Here's the body. I have not even taken any of this stuff out of out of the deal yet because I have an issue with the airbrush. Obviously, I'm going to have to go back to cans, which is probably what I should have done in the first place. Anyway, so there's the rear end. You know, it looks okay. And there's the transmission. It does have a little bit more detail than the 1/24th, 1/25th, but not much, and especially not for the price. Even though I got this on eBay for 50 bucks, which is fairly cheap for a large scale model, I was still disappointed with it. The chrome looks pretty much like it does on a 1/24th. You know, you can tell at a glance it's chrome plated plastic, which I wasn't really expecting too much of a difference on the chrome. It would have been nice, but anyway. Let's see, find the drive line here. Crap. Well, I can't find it. I'm not even going to bother opening the bag because I'm too agitated right at the moment. It comes with 3 sets of wheels. The stock rally wheels there. Let's see. All 4 of them there. And then it comes with some 15-inch wheels. I think they're supposed to be like inky or something, which would be fine, but the problem is these are the tires that you get to go with either of those first 2 wheels. Skinny ass tires. I have got wider tires than this on my Prelude, so I was not happy about that either. Then you've got these tires, which has got a decent looking tread pattern, slightly wider than the stock tires, and I do mean slightly. But the only problem is they only fit Foose's butt ugly giant lowrider hood rat wheels, which I will not be using. As with all of Foose's wheels, they are just as fucking ugly as they can possibly be, and skinny. There is no such thing as a hot rod with skinny tires. It is not a hot rod if it doesn't have wide tires. So, here's the bottom piece. Like I said, it is pretty much the same as a 1/24th, only bigger. One difference I did notice is the driveline is a separate piece instead of just molded into the bottom like they normally are. So, you know, that's okay. And then it comes with this, which I have not really looked through the instructions yet, but I'm guessing that this is probably heater hose. It's not nearly long enough to be for the spark plug wires. So anyhow, that's pretty much it. And there's the windows. You know, like I said, nothing special. So if you're planning on buying one of these, just be ready to be disappointed, because you're really not getting anything new or better other than the size. The size is really the only difference. And also, if you plan on building a hot rod, you might as well resign yourself to the fact that you are going to have to go to ProTech or whatever to get a decent looking engine, and then you're going to have to get some wheels and tires from like a RC car, which is what I plan to do, because those are the only ones that have decent wheels and a decent tire with any kind of width. So anyway, my dad and I got this to build together, because we used to build hot rods together, Mopars. And since we don't have the money to do that anymore, and the economy is in the fucking toilet, we're gonna have to settle for this, a model and a Chevy to boot. So anyway, I'm not really altogether thrilled with this we're going to go ahead and build it. And I haven't decided on a color yet. I'm thinking something like a cobalt blue. I haven't really decided on anything yet. That my dad wants to paint the block and the heads Chivy orange, which, you know, it's all right. So anyway, if you want to get this model, I mean, you know, there's nothing really wrong with it, other than it's, you know, just a bigger copy of the 1/24th. It's okay, and you can basically get two 1/12 scale models on eBay for about this price. This one, and then there was a 57 Chevy that you can build three ways, and you know, it's got a tunnel ram and all that, but the tires are not much wider than these. So anyhow, save yourself some money. Don't buy that airbrush because it's absolute shit. The $7 one actually lasted longer than the more expensive aerograph. Anyhow, be warned and don't waste your money. Bye.